we talked about now was missed. So we're going to catch the text about there being no audio on there. So welcome out once again to Walk-Ons. We're in their newly redesigned area.
Yeah, it's beautiful out here.
That plug is a main thing.
We need this weather right here to just stay for a couple of weeks so that we can get out and we can get some practice, we can get some structure, some routine. It's been a challenge, just to get everybody into the weekly routine because it's constantly changing. You're looking at the radar and, all right, maybe if we go straight out after practice before we have meetings, we can get it in, and it's just been a challenge. But it's beautiful here tonight.
Well, this is wonderful weather out here, and that's why we took the opportunity to come outside. So you've got time. We'll be here till 8-ish tonight. We do it all on 446 Sports, so we can do all of it our own way. And look, a big thanks to everyone that is new. We've had close to 1,000 new viewers to the channel over our 3 games that we do between Ash, Menard, and Buckeye. Over those 3 teams, we've had over 1,000 new people that have watched things that we do, and we're just beyond blessed for that. But again, I am Doug Gann alongside of Head Coach Thomas Bachman, where we are less than 24 hours until kickoff. A little bit of a scheduling change for next week, just to fit that in before we go any further on there. Next week's game, although the schedule that is out says Friday night, that game has been scheduled for Thursday night. No changes with anything, no officiate, no anything. Just the game on the schedule shows Friday, but it's Thursday night up at Turpin Stadium in Natchitoches.
We originally had it scheduled for Friday night. I don't know whether there's a scheduling conflict and who all uses Turpin Stadium, but Coach called and said, hey, we got to go on Thursday night. Hey, it's his home game. Let's go
get it. And that puts our show on Wednesday night. We had dabbled with moving them back to Tuesday or Monday, but I know, Coach, you like to do the game and it's still 24 hours until kickoff.
That's right.
So we'll do next week's show on Wednesday night here live from Walk-Ons, and then kickoff will be up at Turpin Stadium, the second of back-to-back road games for the Trojans. And, Coach, excited to get that game going. We'll talk a little bit about that Karen Crow game, but we have St. Thomas More that we're going down to play, and we know that those guys are looking for, because it was a pretty explosive game for the Trojans last year.
Yeah, it was a great game. A lot of offense in that game, a lot of great players, and I'm sure that be something similar. 2 fast-paced offenses. Be a lot of plays ran. We'll see how productive the plays are, but there will be 2 fast-paced, line up, play fast. A lot of plays to defend, and hopefully a lot of plays that we get on offense.
For our viewing audience tomorrow as well, St. Thomas More is under contract with another network, and they don't allow video live streaming except under their contract, which is pay-per-view. And as all of you know, our never will be pay-per-view. We're not going to have you pay a nickel to watch your kids, your grandkids, your nephews, nieces, and nephews play it all. We're not going to do it. So with that in mind, our broadcast will be audio only tomorrow night, but we are recording it. So on the way home, we'll upload our video coverage again, so you'll be able to go back and watch the 446 Sports.
Yep.
So we're tape delaying it is what we're doing. Chuck did a great job. A big shout out to him. He is got everything set up. It got us a few minutes late here, but I think everybody was just taking in this wonderful weather that we've got on there. We are outside at Walk-Ons. Coach, got a couple of more players in here with you. We'll get to them in a minute, but let's go through a little bit of that Karen Crow game. When Chuck gets things set up, we'll look at some of the highlights too. But you talked about a fast-paced game coming up tomorrow night. Man, last Friday was anything but that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a game where, the weather played a big factor, and I've got to do a better job, make sure we're prepared, because that's a lot of what playoff football is all about, handling the circumstances and the weather. And I think it just, rocked us back on our heels a little bit, more so offensively than anything, and just left the defense out there. And next thing you know, you look up, not even a quarter into it, and we found ourselves down 21-0. So definitely not the start that you anticipate or that you want to find yourself in. But we did find ourselves in that situation, and we go through that here, I'm sure, these next few minutes. But before we do that, I'm very think we're all disappointed. I mean, nobody more disappointed than the players. They're the ones that are doing all the hard work every single day, and I know a lot of people are disappointed. The kids are the ones doing all the hard work, but to their credit, the fight, the belief, they continue to battle. I mean, next thing you know, we look up and we're right in the thick of that thing with an opportunity to tie it on several occasions. And, I mean, it was 4 quarters. They finally punched that last one in. But, I mean, it literally I don't know if they made the first down by much more than an inch, and it's a game of inches.
And it looked on the field, and we'll get to that in just a second, but the word resiliency is what we used a lot. You guys never quit, and to take that out of a game like that has got to be one of those things that you're proud of. Remind me to get back to that 4th and whatever it was in just a minute. But speak a little bit on the resiliency of your squad to go down 21-0 and never quit.
Yeah, and that's the thing, you're looking for, what are the faces, what are their eyes saying to you when you're in huddles and on the sideline, and there just wasn't a whole lot of panic. There was, like, all right, come on, let's get going. But there was a continue to play, and we did. We started making a few plays, and, offensively we hit the explosive play on the reverse and got a turnover, and it's 21-14 there right before halftime with an opportunity to tie.
And getting the ball back, too, to start the second.
It's just it's hard. Got to do a better job of coaching. I mean, that's just the truth of it. Penalties played a part. Felt like we helped them a few times in some crucial moments. And if you want to beat quality teams, you certainly can't help them.
Well, a number of offsetting penalties in that game. Looks like things just really got chippy. Do you think that was them –
I don't know. I mean, look, they're a very physical team. We try to pride ourselves on that as well, and out there competing, and they're really good. I mean, you got the clip pulled up right here. I mean, they're really good across the front and play really well. I mean, I've got a lot of respect for the job that those coaches do, and we knew what type of ball game it would be, trying to get them to understand that you got to play within yourself. There's the edge, and then there's over the edge. And when your personal battles, because they're out there, I don't know how many people that have played the game can understand what it's like, but not everybody can understand what it's like. I mean, it's combative in there would
Look,
be the way that
I love the way that
it.
you dance around some of the things that you'll say on here. And the beauty of it is we're on my network now, so you can let it rip.
It's combative out there, and it's just, your personal battles can't become more important than the team battle.
Right.
You'd like to see some of them offsetting penalties be a one-way penalty because you don't retaliate or, you don't get yourself drawn into those circumstances. And then it's something that we'll learn from, as we move forward. I don't doubt that about our kids. Every year there's always certain situations we go back. It's something that we talk about on Thursdays, and our young men will respond.
Take me through that 4th down, and gosh, it was 4th and 8, I think, to start with. Then there was the penalty that was there before
we spotted
that.
them 5 that they didn't have to earn by jumping, just simple things that you can't do. A 4th and 8's hard to convert, harder to convert.
Well, it changes the whole play calling perspective of it as well.
Yeah, now they're in their wheelhouse at, a long 3, a short 4, however you want to describe it.
And you're looking at 7. Their quarterback season, he could almost fall forward for 3 yards. And there's a big fella.
Yep, very good player. And, got a chance to tell him, I don't know how many people, I mean, he tore his knee up really, really bad, probably week 8, week 9 last year, and was out. And got a chance to just tell him, hey, man, pulling for you. Hope you have a huge year. Talked to him a little bit at some 7-on-7 stuff, and just kid had a smile on his face. Was the limited interaction I've had with him. I mean, he just carried himself well and just say, hey, man, I'm pulling for you, and got a chance to do it in the handshake line of go have a big year.
That's good stuff.
And do your thing. And I am, when a kid experiences, adversity like that, and he's got a chance to come back here his senior year and do some things. I don't know that I was pulling for him a whole lot last Friday night, but as he goes forward, I'm certainly pulling for, his success as they go. But, yeah, he's a really good player.
So the 4th and 3 that it turned out to be had to be one of the closest ones because you guys on the field thought that it was Trojan football.
It's one of those where, all right, where's it marked? If they put it down on their this toe versus that toe, you know, when they're marking the ball. It just comes down to.
Then it looked like when they set the ball ready for play, they moved it back a little, which was interesting.
I mean, you know, it's a game, you know, I guess very cliche here, but it is a game of inches, and we found that out for sure. But
speaking of that, we're going to take our first break, too. When we come back, I want to look at some of the huddle tape on there through the – talk about a game of inches. That first play from the line of scrimmage could have really changed the tone of things, and it was just a couple. Hang on to that. We're going to take our first break of the night. Big kudos out to Chuck, who is sweating more than anyone out here because he has been working nonstop since he got here. But we've got our speaker in place. We're up and going on there. Everybody seems to be enjoying the night, and we're excited about being here. We're going to take our first 2-minute break of the night. When we come back, we're going to get into some of the tape, and Coach Bachman's going to take us through some of that Karen Crow game, and then we'll get ready to start talking to some of the young men and get ready for St. Thomas more. We'll do all of that when we come back. You're watching the Thomas Bachman Show right here live from Walk-Ons on 446 Sports.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin, an idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
The fine folks at BK Distributors want to thank all the educators for weathering the storms, so to speak, through 2020 and beyond. Thank you for your dedication to our children. The end of the school year awards are now available. Any type of award, trophies, banners, plaques, they do it all. That means summer leagues are in full swing. New items, same great prices, and fast turnaround. BK Distributors, Highway 20 in East Pineville behind Arby's.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates. Years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
And we are back, getting things set up down here. There you go, getting that echo out of the ears here. Great night live from Walk-Ons, another one of our sponsors out here. The Thomas Bachman Show this year is brought to you by Sadler's Towing. We could not do a thing without the Sadlers on there and the work that they do for high school sports. They've been a long-time sponsor and now are a sponsor of all three of our games. So they sponsor our Ash, our Menard, and our Buckeye. And so they are the title sponsor of the Thomas Bachman Show and could not do a thing without them. As much as they bring their vehicles to their lot, they're bringing you now the Thomas Bachman Show. So how about that?
Can't beat it. Incredible people.
All right, so we got an opportunity to get inside the huddle. And, Coach, we talked about some of the plays from last week. This is, I know, right in your wheelhouse, and you like to get behind that huddle and look at everything. So, Chuck, we're going to take an opportunity to jump over to that. And this, you will see, is the first play of the game that we came out with.
Yeah, we start in a great spot. You know, we get the kickoff, and they miss, handle it, and it rolls there. I mean, we got 90 yards. You know, that's the dream scenario, making them drive the length of the field. And they just start with a little reverse to try and get them a little momentum. Ethan's right there. You know, kid just beats him around the corner. And
that's what we were talking about, that game.
It just got them a little momentum, got them a first down, got them off the shadow of their own end zone. We're going to be all right, which I know the second play is not on here, or is it? Oh, so it's just rolling.
You're on yours, so everything's on there from your.
You know, it was one of the plays that not here. I mean, we're good there. Nice take coming up. I mean, that's. But then they're going to double fold us here, and it was one of the plays we were concerned about. You know, a little bend back. They're going to double fold here. Guards are out. Tackle. They double fold us and then hit it back on the backside and. You know, it's off to the races at that point when it pops at that point. You know, we're going to run it. You know, big plays aren't necessarily points. If you can just get it on the ground, we got an opportunity to continue to battle. We got a chance to get off the field at that point. So, you know, the hustle's there, get it on the ground. It's an explosive play, and we are rocked back on our heels at this point. Revert, you know. 2 of the first 3 plays have been explosive on our heels. And then we knew there would be stuff that they were going to come out and do that hadn't been shown in the jam and hadn't been shown in the scrimmage, you know, and here they are, 2 tight empty, which is with a running quarterback, that puts a lot of stress on the defense, you know, and this quarterback can certainly do it.
And that's what you saw a lot of throughout the night, almost until he got tired and then started willing his way through it.
When the quarterback's a runner, you don't get a +1 somebody. It's 11-on-11 football. You've got to get a, you know.
Well, look at big number 70 just leading the way as he pulls his way across the field.
They're really good up front. I mean, it's an experienced offensive line. You know, talking to the coaches, they got several of those guys that this is their 3rd year as starters. The tight end was a great player. 84 down here. Is a great player, but yeah, they get rolling. Skipping ahead a little bit because they're going to punch it in, as we all know. But you know, I thought this was a nice play. You know, this is something that could have come back later and been a huge thing. You know, they're going to swing in gate just like we do, and they flip it over there, and our kids stand strong. You know, so instead of 7-0, 6-0, and. As anybody that's been a close follower of Ash through the years, we know the value of a point as well as anybody.
Indeed,
you know, for
we
multiple
do.
years. So,
right.
You know, big stand for the kids right there.
So we'll move forward now a little bit, and we got down 21-0 in there really quick, and you guys came out, and you're seeing the play there. It looked like the rain did have its effect on Joe, as we talked about this year. He had been throwing the ball with more precise throwing, and this one kind of lofted on him.
We feel really good about Joe. You know, the driving rain and just hard to get a grip on it sometimes. You know, it puts stress on it. You know, obviously we had a chance to convert that, and then we bust a protection right here. Just a simple, this is not a hard pickup. You know, pushing the front, back should be across. We should have this thing picked up, and we're going to have an opportunity at a shot play right here. So, you know, we talk about all the time, whether you're a spread team, a veer team, an I team, a wing T team, whatever you do, you're a 50 defense, you're an odd, you're multiple. Game of football is about execution, doing what you do and doing it well. And, you know, this simple 3rd down protection right here is not it's an execution. You know, we should be sliding across. We should have this whole blitz. You know, they're coming off of both edges. We push, we fan on the other side. We should be sliding the back across, pick this thing up, allows Joe to step up and deliver a ball. Instead, you know,
It's
10 of the
acting,
11 guys, you know, one guy, and you know, look, our kids are incredible because they take ownership. You
Right.
know, it's not when you put these things on film, you know, it's not like an embarrassment. Why is he embarrassing me? Our kids want to,
Well, that
to be
yeah, no,
coached
absolutely.
and want to improve. You know, I thought we did a good job of punting. I mean,
Well,
that's
and that's what I was
going
going
to
to tell you.
brag on
Well,
a whole lot because you
that's
don't want that. But
exactly.
in those conditions, I thought I even made sure to say that Sunday night in the team meeting to John and those conditions. And Joe flipped the field several times with his leg, and you know, there were some bright spots. We've got to clean up some of the mistakes, and we've got to clean up you know, the penalties. I mean, that went a long way in the outcome of the game.
Indeed.
You know, the self-inflicted wounds that we did to ourselves is a huge part of it.
Glad that we were able to bring you some of those shots, and we'll try to get you a few more of them, a couple of the scoring drives. You know, after you go down 21-0, look like the offense says, hey, we're going to shake it up a little bit, and you run a little misdirection of your own,
Yeah,
which goes
to
a long way. And yeah, and then Coach will get us to that
So
pretty
here it
quick.
is right here, just you know, a simple little ad. Just, you know, we show this motion a lot. We do a lot of different things off of this stuff, and just, you know, getting Jalen back around, and then you see the speed at this point. I mean, it's a foot race, and he's going to win a lot of those. So got us a little spark, made it 21-7. Defense goes right out, gets a stop, gets us the ball back, you know, with an opportunity to start getting back into this thing. You know, Cunningham's close to going on a couple of these. You know, we're close. I think this is one of the ones. I mean, he breaking tackles, tough tackle.
One thing I'm just saying, he's just so strong that he's
Very
able
strong
to push
runner.
his way out of some tackles.
You know, and I don't necessarily want to go through it all because some of the stuff is between us and the players as far as who messed up.
Correct.
And where we had breakdowns and, you know, not going that. And I love all this, but they're high school kids. And
100%.
You know, this is not.
That's why we like to focus on the scoring plays.
Yeah, that's right. No, I'm with you. But
just adding this element of it to it, it gets some people. I remember Coach a couple of years ago, or maybe it's been longer than that, had I guess a mom's dinner out at Tunk's, out at another restaurant one night.
Helmets and heels.
Oops. And so when you got up there, they wanted you to speak to them, and you did, and you started talking X's and O's to them, and I saw them all just. They were lost in it. But this is where you're in your element, is breaking down film and seeing what there's things that you see on here that a lot of people don't see.
I don't know. I mean, we love football. Love, you know, football. Love the people of football. Love the scheme of football. Love trying to teach the game. Talking to the freshmen this morning of, you know, learning to communicate the game.
Right.
And not just teaching on plays. You know, anybody can teach you a play, but, you know, how to teach you a scheme and you know, the building blocks of no matter how things begin to change, they have the answers on the field for when things begin to change and people begin to move on both sides about how you match formations, you know, and when defensive structures and fronts and coverages begin to change, how you apply rules to where it collects and catches all this stuff so that we can execute at a high level. And it's a constant work in progress just to continue to teach and you know, as I said Monday in the press conference with the news, and I've said several times, you know, the kids sitting over my shoulder, we're pretty hard on them, and our kids are pretty incredible.
We're going to ask them about that too. We're going to check on them.
Fortunate that they just keep showing up and keep working hard. And look, I'm optimistic. I'm encouraged by the team, and you've been sitting here with me for a long time, for a lot of years. That, you know, there's no moral victories. There's no this. You know,
there's not one listed in the column. You're exactly right.
I mean, we're not into that, and I'm not into that.
Right.
I mean, I don't do a whole lot. You know, we played to win. We didn't win.
Right.
And that's the bottom line. I mean, that's not. But I'm not disappointed about the team that we're going to get everybody healthy. We're going to eventually get to full force at some point. and it's going to be really fun before it's all said and done.
Well, what's going to be fun is our next segment. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Coach, we're going to bring up a couple of the players, and we'll let you sit in on this too, because I know that you're able to talk to them as well. And so we'll do all of that. I think you've got the secondary here with you.
Yep, some of the senior boys in the secondary.
So that's exciting to see, because look, that's probably one of the hardest hitting groups that I've seen in a while, and we've had some hard hitting groups that come through here.
It's a great group.
These guys,
this group's played in a lot of big ball games and seen a lot of things, faced a lot of great competition. It's an experienced group for sure, and you know they'll tell you that got a challenge on their hands tomorrow night. These guys that we're playing are really good at doing the things that they do, and I think they're looking forward to it, to the competition of it all.
Well, let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk to those guys. Don't go anywhere. You are watching the Thomas Bachman Show live from Walk-Ons right here on 446 Sports.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin, an idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-Ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
The fine folks at BK Distributors want to thank all the educators for weathering the storms, so to speak, through 2020 and beyond. Thank you for your dedication to our children. The end of the school year awards are now available. Any type of award, trophies, banners, plaques, they do it all at BK Distributors. So with school almost out, that means summer leagues are in full swing. New items, same great prices, and fast turnaround. BK Distributors, Highway 20 in East Pineville behind Arby's.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
And we are back. Another beautiful, pull that down, Chuck, if you would.
Well, that went fast.
See? faster than those tacos you ate a little earlier.
No, that didn't last long. I was hungry.
Look, what a wonderful, wonderful night this is. Great to be out here. This is the part of the program that we love, Coach, because you get to talk to the players, and we get to introduce the fans to some of them when all they do is see numbers on them throughout the week.
You get to see these gentlemen, their faces, their smiles, their personalities are going to come through. And they do. This group's got there's great personalities in this group. So I say that, sarcastically, but no, this is a group that has some personality.
Well, and year after year, Coach, you hear that all throughout. And a lot of the seniors are bringing that out in some of the younger ones because I tell you, we've got some animals at our house, some cats, some dogs, different things like that. And at first, they're pretty wild until the mama gets after them and handles them. So you always see these upperclassmen come in and exhibit leadership, and I don't think that's any different.
No, it's a great group. It really is. I mean, I don't know how much we talk about it, Josh, and, I know some of the things they say are, probably to flatter us and say all that stuff. But Josh spent, 10 weeks at boot camp with the Army this summer.
That's right.
So there's a lot of leadership that's taught, and just to be able to have some conversations with him on the phone while he was away or through text message, and, some of the stuff he gets back to us or the things that he learned from being a part of the program and the things that are and how much it carries over into, all areas of life. And, it's beyond the football field, and you can apply it just to so many applications as you journey through life, So he'll be able to give you a little bit of perspective on that.
And, yeah, we'll talk about that. So just to familiarize yourself with everyone, Josh Marie is number 7 when he's out there.
Been 17 as a sophomore and junior, so some people will know that
number
he's 7
changes
now.
get me, and that happened this year as well. Chris Clark joins us, and he is number 2. This
6
year,
for many years.
That's correct, and I told him I wouldn't make that mistake again this year. So
and Tay has been number 8 for the past 2 years, so
and
no number change there.
Just a hard-hitting group.
Although he did consider changing it on me. He did consider changing it.
Josh, we'll talk to you. You spent your summer in boot camp. We talked about what was tougher, practice with Coach Bachman in that group or boot camp? Hang on, just let him get you pulled up there on number 3. There you go. All right.
That's an interesting question. I like to say the mental training of practice, actually. Like, I was already prepared for what was ahead of me during boot camp, but I feel like Coach B molded me into a young man to take on any challenge and just eat up anything that comes in my way.
So when you go out there to boot camp at 17 years old, 18 years old, 17 years old, there's no fear at all. You go in there and you just attack it.
Yeah, sir, most definitely. I believe that I can be the best version of me, and if being the best version of me means I'm better than you, then that's what it is. So I just feel like ain't nothing can stop me.
Look, that's the attitude that you want.
Josh, tell me all the awards you won. I mean, not to brag on yourself, but I want to do it. I just need you to tell me, you won some leadership awards.
Yes, sir.
Scored a near perfect score on your fitness test.
Yes, sir.
I mean, just talk to us a little bit about that.
Coming in, I was like a fuzzy, like a low rank, but then I got promoted out of basic. The youngest in the company to score the highest ACFT score, ACFT score at 598, which was 2 points away from a perfect score, 600.
Wow.
So I got that, and then I was promoted leader of my platoon. I was APG, one of my leaders in my platoon, and like for a good while, I had a good run, like till graduation. So it feels good. I had a couple more awards. I can't remember. They're coins, award coins and everything.
Well, congratulations. Yeah. I think that's wonderful. What is high school? I mean, what does it hold for you after high school? Are you going to pursue that, or what do you?
I'm a ball player, so.
Good. That's what we want.
That's what I like to hear. But you take that toughness and you take that leadership with you, and you go on with it. That's gotta really help.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It does. Achieving those different skills to apply to my game and apply it to life, period, like making smart decisions off the field, because that's what really matters, off the field decisions. And Jim,
no doubt. And
yes.
and you know, we all, you know, we're going to make mistakes in life. It's about getting up and moving forward. I mean, I got no rocks to throw when it comes to making mistakes. I mean, we've all, you know, made more than our fair share, and you know that's the thing I want the kids to understand. It's how you respond. Take it a game last Friday night, how you respond to that adversity, and then in life when it beats you up, as we all know as you get older how it does, you know, how they begin to respond. And I was just, you know, Rob, who played for us, graduated in 2020, but was a part of the 2019 All-State corner for us, is in the Army now and having quite a bit of, you know, climbing the ladder. And I don't know what all Rob's doing.
We mentioned he was one of the best cover guys.
One of the best at what he's doing, you know, there in the Army now. So, yeah.
That's phenomenal. So, Coach, take us.
You got CC. CC's a guy that he's played a lot of roles for us over the years, and really that goes for all of them. Tay's played corner, played safety, he's played nickel. The versatility of these guys. You know, Chris has played safety, he's played corner. You know, it allows us
to that real quick too. They've played it from a younger age. I mean, these are the guys that you talked about that were just so young when they started, and it's like they're fifth-year seniors. They've been around so long.
Well, not long enough. I mean,
right.
You know, I wouldn't mind having them back for another year, but no, just the versatility and you know, the length. I mean, it creates some matchups. You know, it's hard to separate from Chris's length and. You know, he's got a baseball background, so the ball in the air and his ball skills, his ability to track it and make plays. I mean, you know, just the funny things that you hear going to 7-on-7, and you know, you're in close proximity to the other coaches, and you know, we know our guys really, really well. And it's fun to hear the other coaches' perspective on those guys. You know, what they're telling the quarterback about how you might want to stay away from that corner over there. You know. Just stuff like that, and I heard a bunch of that, you know, in regards to Chris this summer at the 7-on-7 stuff, and yeah, take it away, Chris. Let's hear a little bit from you, Mr. Gann. I know has got a lot of good questions. I mean, I just want to brag on them.
Look, that's the thing; they don't get a chance to talk because you just all this good stuff about it.
I just want to brag on them.
Look, Chris, we've seen you grow up and do a lot of things here at Ash. Your time through there, talk to that a little bit about what you've experienced the last couple of years and how special of a group that you have that you're playing with this year.
Honestly, to me, it's just ever since freshman year, it's been like an everyday grind, and that's what is expected out of us. Or like we got Coach B. He probably one of the best coaches I'd never had. Going into high school is a constant grind every day. It's been a constant grind since my 9th grade year. It's been working for a spot, working every day. Practice after school, workouts in the morning. It's all a constant grind. It's like, but that's what's expected out of us. So I mean, it's normal to us.
It's not easy. I do try and tell them. I don't know how everybody does it, and there's a lot of programs out there that work really hard. I mean, we don't have a monopoly or a patent on hard work, but our kids do work extremely hard, and it's 5 days a week in the summer. And for the multi-sport, Chris is a standout baseball player, and so they're working out with us in the morning. They're playing baseball late into the evening. They're finishing a 7-on-7 on Thursday to get straight in the car to drive wherever it is for, so when he talks about that, the grind of what it is, I mean, that is not easy, to do day in and day out. And there's days where we all don't want to do it, but the discipline that more days than not, when we open the doors, these kids are walking through and they're giving us what we're asking for, on the days that they don't want to do it. And so we take a lot of pride in that, and I know that I speak for the coaching staff. We're very appreciative of what they give to us when we know how it is when the doors are closed and there's nobody else around, and
and they're out
the intensity and the truthfulness that we try to coach with, and it's not sugar-coated, and they're just phenomenal kids that eat it up and go. And anyway, that's where my mind goes when I hear Chris talk about all that stuff.
Speaking of coaching staffs, your defensive coordinator is new this year, but he's a guy that's coached you up in the back half of the defense the entire time. How big of a difference is it having him as a DB coach and now as a defensive coordinator in there? We speak of Coach Josh Mercer.
Honestly, it's really not that big of a change to me, because with him and having Coach Severio as our defensive coordinator, it was like you listen to both of them at the same time. They both giving you like what you're supposed to know, what you're supposed to do. They both great coaches, but the transition from Coach Mercer being the DB coach to the defensive coordinator now, it's really no change to me.
It's been seamless in a lot of ways.
Let me ask you this, because when you see both of those coaches off the field, very quiet. I can barely get either of them to say a word when they're on here. Are they as quiet on the field as they are off the field? I know the answer to that question.
I ain't gonna lie. Coach Mercer, he get fired up during the games. Yep. Coach Severio used to too. Whether you made him mad or you was making him happy, he got fired up. Yeah, either way.
No doubt.
But you got to appreciate, and Tay, we'll talk to you about this as well. You've got to appreciate the fact that a coach, you guys play and follow a lot of the way your coaches are too. When you see a coach giving 110% out of there, that certainly makes you step up and want to do the same thing.
Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying? Make us, like, when he get fired up, we get fired up. And he always tell us we got to play with some adversity. So when our other teammates get down, we got to pick them up like, hey, we got some more game in there. You know what I'm saying? We got this. We still in this. If the coach said we can do it, then we got to believe in ourselves we can do it.
All these, we talked about it yesterday at the end of practice, you know, like what influence and do you make the people around you better? You know, can you affect people's behavior with your presence and your energy? And, you know, ultimately that's going to be what carries our team forward one direction or the other. And all three of these guys have the ability, when that energy's right and that work ethic, one, you're setting the example. You're not demanding out of somebody else that you're not willing to do yourself. And they all set that example. But all of them have the ability to raise the level of play of the guys that are beside them, behind them, in front of them, and you know that's what we need from them. You know, when they do that, and you know, so we spent some time talking about that. You know, you got to make the people around you. It's one thing to be a great individual player. It's another thing to be a great individual player and raise the level of play of the people around you because you're a part of it, your presence, and I do think that we've got some guys that are that way. You know.
Talk to me a little bit, guys, and we'll pass the mic on all of this, too. Coming off of the loss last week, how ready were y'all to get back on the field for practice, and how ready are you for that game tomorrow night down in Lafayette?
Honestly, I feel like that loss probably made us go harder at practice because we know it's way more expected out of us now. Win or lose, it's more expected of us because it's the next week, it's the next game. We getting better. That's all it is to it, just getting better. Keep getting better every day. Keep showing up every day.
Josh?
It's really just playing with a chip on your shoulder, forgetting about the loss, but still remembering that you have to be better than you were before. So